This week, the movie making challenge is to use the feature in iMovie for a split screen. Split screens add the clip so that during playback, the clip appears next to the main clip in the timeline. By default, the two clips appear side by side in equal size. Split screen on the Mac will be demonstrated in this tutorial. The project ideas for using the split screen will either be to have a character talking to a past self or two characters talking to one another from drastically different locations. I chose to make my project myself as a vacation self and a work self. My vacation self is trying to cheer up my work self. Take a look. To complete my project, I first went to Unsplash, a great website for royalty-free photos. I was looking for an office scene. I found this picture here as the backdrop for my work self. I downloaded it, but I also copied that citation. I want to make sure to give credit to where credit is due. I didn't take that picture, so I want to give the creator of the picture their credit by adding in the credit to the credits tile in iMovie. So I simply type in credits and then copy and paste the citation there. I'm going to save that for later and not spend too much time on it right now. Next, I'm going to download the picture that I received of the office space. Import it from your downloads file. Place that picture on the timeline and then take the green screen footage that you recorded using your camera in front of your green screen of your work self, if that's what your project is about. Highlight it in yellow and go to the top at the overlay button, select green blue screen. That option is going to allow the office space to appear as my background. Give it a minute to adjust. You might want to watch it in playback and make sure it plays the way you want it to, but you really don't have to edit or fine tune any of this right now. The only thing I do notice that I don't want to save is the Ken Burns effect is on my picture. So I'm going to highlight my picture and remove that Ken Burns effect. Instead, I want to crop to fill and I want to select the exact location for my backdrop. There, that's going to be much better. Now that my clip is complete of my work self looking pitiful and so bored, I'm going to save that file and give it the name Office. So we'll rename that Office clip, save it, and it's going to take some time to save to the desktop. So while it's saving, I'm going to go back to Unsplash, and now I'm looking for a backdrop for my vacation self. A beach is a perfect search word for that. And voila, right there I found it right off the bat. So download that picture to your downloads file, copy that citation to save to your credits clip for later, and then import your beach picture from your downloads file. Now you're going to take the beach picture and put it in your timeline and take your green screen video footage that you recorded of yourself or somebody else or a stop motion footage in front of a green screen, and you're going to place that on top of the picture you received from Unsplash. Again, check the overlay option and select green blue screen. If you're on an iPad, you simply select the three dots and choose green blue screen. Now it's time to save this file. Remember, not too much editing needs to be done unless you've got the Ken Burns effect on, but the clipping and the splitting of the clip and trimming down can be done later. So save that file, give it a proper name that you'll understand what it was. Beach clip will work for this one. And now it's going to save it to my desktop. Always pay attention to where you're saving to. Now it's time to put the two together. I'm going to import these files from my desktop files. I have my work self and my vacation self. Importing both of those into iMovie. And I'm going to put my work self clip in the timeline. I'm going to bring in my beach self clip to my timeline. And I want them on top of each other because I am going to choose the overlay option again, but this time I'm choosing split screen. Now, you can change the orientation. Here I'm blowing bubbles off the screen and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to change the orientation around so that my vacation self is on the right side of the screen so the bubbles blow into my work self, thereby cheering up my work self. Now that's it. That's all you do. From there, you can adjust and trim and play with it to get the exact look that you want. My work self clip was much shorter than my beach self clip, so I simply highlighted my work self clip in yellow and went to the time adjustment, and I adjusted the time to slow, so it ran a little slower than my beach self so that everything lined up. But you can play with that on your own. I'm curious to see, how are you going to use the split screen feature in iMovie? Create your project and upload it to our board. I can't wait to see what you create.